Welcome back to the Cat Chef Kitchen. Thank you so much for your love and support. I do really appreciate it so much. Today we're gonna have a baked kebab dish. Let's show you how we're gonna do it. For the baked kebab, I would like to have 1 pound of ground beef, and I'm gonna add my seasoning and some vegetables. Like I like parsley, it tastes so good on the baked kebab, and I'll chop it. And you know, as I told you before, you need to soak the parsley in vinegar water and rinse it before you do it. So we're gonna start with the parsley. You're gonna chop the parsley and go from there. Thinly chopped. The fine chopped parsley, the better it is. So if you can't do it as thinly, as fine as it should be, you could use the small food processor, like I said, and you just chop it there. And make sure to rinse the water and strain it before you add it to the meat. Okay, after we chop the parsley, we're gonna add it to the ground beef. Now I need to chop the onions, also fine chopped, thinly fine chopped. And you could use the food processor as well. I'll try to do it my best here. So the basic ingredients for kebab to taste so good, it's onions, parsley, and garlic. And of course the spices, but you know the main ingredients is the onions, garlic, and parsley. So I'm trying to make very, very fine chopped onions to add it to my kebab, and it will taste so good. It will taste awesome. Okay, we're gonna add the onions to the ground beef, and it should be lean. So I have it about 85% or 80% will do. So I'm gonna add this. Now I'm gonna add garlic. Of course, the ingredients and measurement, it's gonna be in the description below. So you'll see everything, what you need to do it, what kind of ingredients you need, what kind of spices. It's all gonna be listed in the description below. Okay, I'm gonna move the garlic to the ground beef, parsley, and onions. Now we're gonna add the oil and the spices. Let's do it. So we're gonna sprinkle some vegetable oil over my mixture. I need some salt, pepper, masala, spice, allspices, some turmeric, and ginger. And I'll mix the whole thing together and roll it into kebab roll. Okay, now I'm gonna mix the spices, the parsley, garlic, everything together. You see, mixing thoroughly to make sure that everything is coated with the spices. And I'll make just a side bowl in here. And I'm gonna start making the kebab roll. So I'm just gonna take small piece and roll it this way. So I'll do another one. You could make it small, medium, or large. So I'm just making it like medium size. It could be smaller, and I'll show you how it could be smaller. It could be like this size if you want a small one. So I'm gonna roll the whole 1 pound and a half of ground beef into balls, and I'll go from there. After I roll it all, I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Okay, now I finished rolling the whole prepared ground beef with the mixture, and I'm gonna move them here, and I'll tell you why did I move them here. It's healthy, it's good. You could roll it in a pita bread or have it with a salad, any way you like it. And it's an easy meal to do. If you don't have time to cook difficult meals, this is a very easy one. Turn the heat on. I'm gonna add a touch of vegetable oil. I'm gonna brown these kebabs to take the fat out and to give it a nice brown color. I'm not frying them. I'm just gonna give them a color before I bake them with my vegetables. Like I said, this is a very easy meal to make. It's heating up, sizzling. It's a good meal for the kids. They can have the kebab by itself without even having anything. No bread, no potatoes, nothing. Like I told you, I didn't need to put much oil, just a touch of oil. All I need is not to fry, but to change the color of the kebab and take the extra fat if there is any. It smells so good with all the spices and the onions and the garlic. Okay, it looks like it's done. So I'm just gonna turn the heat off and leave it inside until I prepare the vegetables, which is contain of potatoes, tomatoes, carrots, and onions again. We'll go and do it now. Slice the potatoes. I'm gonna make it also the shape of the kebab and the fries, which I made before. And I'll do the rest of the vegetable the same way, but let's finish the potatoes first and we'll do the next batch of vegetables. And you could say now that I use most of my cooking so far consists of the same spices, the same ingredients, like I use too much potatoes. But you know, these for fast food, like the potatoes and vegetable, I use it a lot when I'm gonna do a fast meal, and this is considered a fast meal. It's not, I mean, a heavy dose meal that it needs lots of preparation. So that's why I'm using, most of my ingredients are the same in most my meals. Like the one with the fish, I did use the same ingredients, and now I'm making the same thing here. But this is an awesome meal. When you try it, you're gonna love it. And you'll be hooked on it, and you try it for longest time. You're gonna be trying making this. Instead of going outside and grabbing a hamburger, just a plain ground beef, you could, you know, have it flavored ground beef. And we'll make hamburgers one day, and it tastes much yummier than the outside burger, plain outside burger. And the only thing they do with the outside burger is they flavor it with the dressing. But you know, us, when we do the meat, we flavor the meat itself. I have potatoes, carrots, onions, and tomatoes. We're almost done preparing the vegetables. And the meal itself, the whole meal, it's almost done preparing the meal. This meal needs about half an hour preparation or less, and an hour of cooking, so hour and a half. We prepared the vegetables. Now it's all cut, and I'm mixing it all together. Just gonna add some oil, and I'm gonna add the same spices I used on the meat. Maybe not all, some of it. We're gonna have the salt, pepper, and allspice, and turmeric. So I didn't use it all. I didn't use the masala or the ginger. I just left it out. And now I'm gonna mix the whole thing. I could do this if you're able to mix it, flipping the vegetables upside down. See how it looks? It's all mixed. Now I'm gonna spread the whole mix in my baking pan. Arrange it like this, and I'm gonna lay my kebab on top. Here we go, almost done. We almost done preparing this meal. This kebab tastes out of this world. Tastes so good. Wait until you try it. So I have all the kebab done. I have one more step to do. Okay, to complete the dressing for this meal, I have tomato paste, and I'm gonna add some water. Turn the heat on, just high, and try to mix the whole things together. And while I'm doing this, I'm just gonna add some pepper, some salt, and as I believe, as all of you know, that to get the right taste of tomatoes, you need to add some sugar. So I'm adding sugar, and I'm trying to blend it all together and heat it up. It seems like it's kind of thick, so I can add another cup of water to it, but let's see first. I added the tomato paste on top of the remaining of the meat, like the meat fat I fried with, not browned the meat with. I just used it again. Yeah, I'm gonna add another cup of water, or half maybe. Half cup of water. And let's see. Needs a little bit of salt. I'm gonna add some of the allspice too. And some of the turmeric. Okay, it came to boil. I'm just gonna turn the heat off and pour the whole thing over my kebab. This is an easy, nice way to make you baked kebab. Looks good already. When I bake my kebab, I made sure that there is enough water in my casserole. Like I needed this one to be a third here, so to have able the potatoes to be cooked well. The rest of the vegetable would be cooked well, but you know the potatoes needs more water. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna add another cup of water, and just like I told you, you add as much as you need. So I'm just gonna make sure that there is enough water in my casserole here, my pan. It's almost there. Okay, now we're gonna wrap it. It has to be covered and let it cook for 1 hour. And after 1 hour, you uncover the foil and let it brown a little bit, like about 5 minutes or so, and turn the heat off and take it out to cool before you serve it. Here we go. Okay. You need to preheat the oven to 400 before you put your kebab in, and I'll see you after this is cooked, after 1 hour. Okay, it's been 1 hour. We're gonna check on our food right now. See how it looks. Looks very good. So I'm gonna add some butter now and let it cook again for 15 minutes or so. I need the kebab to show the other color, the baked color. Okay, now we put the butter, some butter on the casserole, and I'm gonna put it back in the oven. Let it cook for another 15 minutes. So the color of the kebab will be darker and it will be tastier. So be careful because of the sauce, tomato sauce. So I'm just gonna put it back again and leave it inside for another 15 minutes. Let's see what happened. I think it's done. So all I need to do is turn the heat off and bring it out. And please be careful, it's hot. And I think my pan is smaller to the amount I put, so be careful with the right pan. Cook and leave it for 15 minutes to cool down before 15 minutes, yeah, it's enough, before you serve it. And I'll show you how to serve it, or how we serve it and how we eat it.
It looks so
This is the finale, and you know, my family, my husband and my kids are used to this meal and they know exactly what they're gonna get. So we're gonna let Baba Cat try some, and I'll show you two ways. It's either you could serve it with salad or yogurt and the bread, of course. Or if you like some rice, you could cook it with rice too. So Baba Cat can have it as it is with a scoop of yogurt and eat the bread at the side, or that's what I used to do for my kids. You could, this is a second way to do it. Just put some yogurt here and have
Wow, so tasty.
have the kebab inside and some of the vegetables, potatoes and the carrots.
Thank you so much. So tasty.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Mama,
And
feed
you-
him, feed him.
And Baba, it's too hot. You wanna try it? Hold on on this one. Hold on.
Feed him,
Okay,
feed him.
okay. Come closer. سخن كتير. So hot. And that's the way it should be eating too for the kids who can't, handle the
Mama,
fork.
how was it?
Beautiful, nice.
It's good to have it this way, especially for the kids who can't handle the fork. So you could just enjoy it and eat it.
Very tasty.
Bon appetit. Please subscribe and give it a thumb up if you like it, and let me know what you think and what would you like to see next.
It's actually much 100% better than the hamburgers. Tastier.
It is so good. Please try it and let me know what you think. Until next time, bye bye.